Hey everyone, it's Abadesi from Hustle Crew here, and today we are talking about privilege. Now, Professor Michael Kimmel famously said that privilege is invisible to those who have it. What is privilege? We hear about it all the time, and it can even be an emotionally triggering word to hear. But privilege, as the academic Jay Beal said in his 2009 paper, can be considered as a set of unearned advantages you have, and this results from basically our identity, which we didn't choose, and the way society thinks about our identity, which again, we also didn't choose. Another really easy way to think about privilege is to think about where you fall into the dominant group, i.e., the groups that rule society that are represented in the media, and where you don't fall into the dominant group. So, where you fall into the dominant group is where you have privilege because that's the norm. And where you don't fall into the dominant group is where you lack privilege and where you're more likely to face discrimination and bias. So, taking myself as an example, I am a Black and Asian woman, as you can tell. A lot of people see me and assume I'm Black. Now, the dominant group in Western world is white. In the UK and the US, it's white. So, when it comes to race, I don't have privilege. What about other aspects of my identity, like my gender? Well, I'm a woman, as you can see, and I identify as a woman. And again, I do not fall into the dominant group because if I look at who has power in society, the world leaders, the ministers, who has money, the richest people, CEOs, executives, again, they are men. So when it comes to gender, I don't have privilege there either. But where do I have privilege? I don't have any disabilities. And we have a society which is not optimized for the disabled experience. So actually, I have able body experience. I have able body privilege. Um, I also have privilege when it comes to speaking English as a first language, when it comes to being middle class, university educated, the list goes on. Privilege is a lens through which we can see the world. It helps us build more empathy for others and helps us understand where we are more likely to be biased against people and discriminate against people. So, this is just the beginning of understanding privilege. It's a journey of a lifetime. I'm still learning too, but let's really devote time to understanding privilege well and using it as a tool to build more equitable communities.